This forecast video, we are forecasting a major storm to go across the United States, bringing blizzard conditions, rain, and severe weather to many. A lot of people are going to be affected to this, and I'll have all the details in this video. Alright, welcome back into another more weather forecast video. We are back in the studio because we are entering a very active period of weather, so I thought I would do a video down here, but most of my videos after this will probably be outside with my camera, not down here in the studio, because I like doing those videos a little bit better. But put in the comments which videos you like better. So let's get straight into the forecast. Looking at the GFS model, again, we are forecasting a big storm, and right now that storm is coming in to the Mountain West, bringing snow to the Cascades, Sierra Nevadas, and rain to those coastal areas. By the time we go into Sunday and then into Monday, we are going to see this storm bringing snow along this path, and especially in the Sierra Nevadas, we are going to be getting a dumping of snow. We are going to be measuring this in feet, and I will have those snow totals later in this video. So as the storm starts to get its act together and form a low pressure system, by the time we go into Monday and into Tuesday, we are going to see some storms down here into Oklahoma and Texas. I didn't include that in this video since for right now it's just a marginal risk, but still on Monday we could have a hail threat into Oklahoma and Texas. I'll circle it here for you guys so you know where this is, but because I didn't include it, we are going to be having that hail threat. Some storms are going to form, but overall not all the ingredients are there for a severe weather outbreak or anything, so we're not really too worried about Monday. But as we go into Tuesday, it's a different story, and I'll have that here in a second. So as we keep playing this out, by the time we go into Tuesday, you can see the storm really starts to get its act together. We got a bunch of rain. This is going to be non-severe from Iowa and eastern Nebraska all the way down into Missouri and Oklahoma. But by the time we go into around, let's see here, by the time we go into later on Tuesday, you can see we got a lot of snow on the backside in the northern Great Plains. So North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, into Montana, and the upper Midwest, including northern Minnesota and northern Wisconsin here. We are going to be seeing a lot of snow, and with this strong, big system, you can just see how wide, how big this system is. We are going to be seeing very strong winds with this, and winds with snow equals blizzard conditions. So that's what we're going to be seeing up here in the upper Great Plains as well as the upper Midwest. But down here in the south, you see all of this orange stuff and this green stuff. Of course, that's rain, but also indicating that we're likely going to be seeing severe weather down here. Now up into Missouri, say near St. Louis, we're mostly going to be seeing that rain all the way up into Iowa down here. But once you cross the border from Missouri into Arkansas and south of the Missouri-Arkansas border, that's where we're going to be seeing our severe weather threat for Tuesday, and I'll show you that here right now. So this is the Storm Prediction Center outlook for Tuesday. You can see we have that 30% chance in southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, extreme eastern Texas, and extreme western Mississippi here. That 15% chance around that, including parts of northern Arkansas, eastern Texas, southern Louisiana, and parts of Mississippi, mainly western Mississippi. How this looks will change a little bit, but this is really where we're expecting to see our greatest potential for severe weather on Tuesday. You can see into northern Louisiana, that's where we're going to be seeing our strongest storms. Into southern Arkansas, a lot of details still to figure out. We are still a good amount of days out. Again, this is going to be on Tuesday, but a lot of the ingredients are there. We're going to have a significant wind shear as well as instability, CAPE, and if we look at the moisture that's available, as we can see right here, we're going to have a lot of moisture because this storm, you can see, I'm going to draw it out right here. Here's going to be the low pressure system. Here's the dry line right here. The cold front is going to be around here, but this is going to be bringing in the low level of jet. It's going to be very strong, and that's going to be bringing in a lot of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to be one of the big ingredients that's going to help these storms form. Again, that wind shear and also the moisture is going to be a big thing. Looking here at the dew points is usually what we use to forecast the moisture in place for these severe weather event, and we definitely have that. A lot of the ingredients are there. all modes of severe weather are going to be possible, so something we are definitely going to be watching here. This is a big severe weather event that we're expecting, so the severe weather aspect of this storm is very big. It is something we are going to continue to watch, and I will keep you updated on here. Still a couple of days out though, still fine-tune the details and everything, but tomorrow we will have that day 3 outlook, so we'll have a little bit more information on it. Again, I will keep you updated on it, but something we are going to have to watch here. You can see that warm sector, and that's where we're going to be seeing our storms forming on Tuesday. So a very big thing to watch for. Again, I will keep you updated. And then as we go into Wednesday, we do have a severe weather risk for southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, as well as into the New Orleans area and the panhandle of Florida. This is probably going to be mainly a damaging wind threat, aside from Tuesday, where we're going to have all modes of severe weather, because this is probably going to be a line of storms, but we still can't rule out a tornado. But especially with this day too, a lot of details still to fine tune, and then we could have, according to the Storm Prediction Center, another risk for Florida, but again, that's way too far out. Still, very big severe weather risk for Tuesday, possible severe weather outbreak, that's definitely a possibility. And then to Wednesday, we could have severe weather into southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, panhandle of Florida. I will monitor that as well for you guys. But besides this severe weather aspect of the storm, we also are going to have a winter aspect. So let's look at that here on the GFS model again. Let's keep looking at that. I think I scrolled this forward a little bit, and you can see a good amount of snow. And as we keep playing this out into northern Great Plains, again, South Dakota especially, North Dakota, and parts of northern Nebraska and western Nebraska, that's where we're going to be seeing our biggest totals. And again, that snowfall all the way into Wisconsin, and then we're going to be seeing snow showers all the way into Thursday. So it might start snowing in some of these places on Tuesday with those blizzard conditions, and it might not stop snowing with snow showers on Thursday. So it's going to be a long period of snow. Definitely caution traveling. This is going to be a very significant impacting snowstorm. It's actually has a name, Winter Storm Diaz, I think. And so make sure you are ready for this if you are in the upper Great Plains, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, as well as the upper Midwest into Minnesota and Wisconsin. So let's look at these snow totals, and you can see big snow totals from the Sierra Nevadas. They're going to be the big winners here. They're going to have the most snowfall, as well as the Cascades here. You can see we're going to be measuring our snow in feet over there, which is always good. The more precipitation, the better in California, a very dry place. But we are going to be seeing a huge adding to that snow pack we already have there in the Sierra Nevadas and Cascades. Also snow all the way into the Rockies, near Denver, in the mountains of Colorado, all the way down to Arizona, New Mexico, the mountainous terrain over there, as well as into, say, Park City, Utah, 10, maybe up to 2 feet of snow. Really, your normal snowstorm that comes through here in the Rockies, but especially in the Sierra Nevadas, it's going to be a little bit even greater than normal there, because we are going to be seeing a lot of snow in the Sierra Nevadas. We're switching on over to the Great Plains and into the Midwest. You can see we're going to be seeing probably up to 2 feet in southern South Dakota, but most of these areas into North Dakota, northern South Dakota are going to be getting around 12 to 18 inches, all the way into the northern Midwest, northern Minnesota, as well as northern Wisconsin, into the upper mid of Michigan, probably seeing 6 to 10 inches, maybe 12 to 18 inches, and maybe up to 24 inches in some isolated spots near Lake Superior here in Minnesota. But you can see a large swath of snow with this huge weather system. And also we're going to be seeing snow in the Northeast as well. Let's time that out here with the GFS model. Again, I scrolled way too far again there. And as we keep going here, you can see we are going to be seeing some snow for the Northeast. Again, I don't know, the GFS model isn't really doing a very good job at depicting the snow in the Northeast. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more snow in the Northeast than what the GFS model is putting out for right now. Again, but as we keep going into Wednesday and into Thursday, we're going to be seeing rain down here, probably not as severe, and then that snow showers are going to be sticking around in, say, North Dakota, South Dakota, northern Midwest for a while here. And again, as we go into Thursday, we could have some snow in the Northeast. The GFS model isn't really putting that out there, so that's a trend to watch. But I think we're going to have at least a couple inches of snow in parts of the Northeast. You can see the GFS model is actually forecasting 7 inches in New York, upstate in New York, but not a huge snow event for the Northeast. We could have maybe a dusting 1 to 2 inches in Boston, New York, but those main cities along the I-95 interstate or I-95 are probably not going to be getting in on that much of snow, maybe 1 to 2 inches at the max here. So that's your snowy side of this storm. Again, blizzard conditions, that's going to be the main thing we're watching for in the northern Great Plains and northern Midwest. Make sure you are ready and prepared for that if you are in those areas. So let's look, last thing, at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, and you can see by the time we go into Christmas time, a week before Christmas, we are going to be seeing that cold air coming in behind this system. And then if we time this out with the GFS model, you can see this system brings in a lot of cold air for most of the United States. Of course, we're going to be dealing with probably warm, maybe above average, near average temperatures in the south, but this system is going to be bringing in a lot of cold air behind it, and that's going to set up for maybe a big system to come into the Northeast. That's what the GFS is saying over right now, but we're way too far out. This is the week before Christmas. Main reason I did this video is because we're having a big system next week. This is the week after that, so a bunch of stuff still to find out for that. We probably shouldn't be looking at this, but we're going to look at it just for my sake because I love looking at this model right here. You can see we do have a big snowstorm Christmas week. This is pretty unorganized, probably not going to look like this at all, but we could be seeing snow from the plains to the Northeast Christmas week. Is it going to be multiple systems? Is it going to be one system? We don't know. A lot to still fine-tune, find out, and I will have updates on that. But one thing that's for certain, we're entering an active period of weather, and a second thing that's for certain is that we are going to be getting very cold in most of the United States as we go into the coming weeks, into Christmas time. Maybe a white Christmas for some, as you can see right here. But again, lots of things are going to change. All right, that about wraps up this More Weather Forecast video. Make sure you subscribe and go follow me on Twitter. I got my old account back. Link will be in the description if you haven't already followed me over there. And as always, stay prepared out there, and I will see you soon with more weather.